Hey, what's going on, guys? This is TerrenceRe, back at you with another weekly stock market update. Uh, let's get right to it. I'm not gonna hold you. Last week, I left my expected move up for the SPX. At least I thought I did. Well, here we go. And I left it up, and I didn't change it. I'm gonna change it on the video today, so you guys can see me do it. But I want to show the importance of it. And one of the main reasons why I do it, so you can see last week I put the expected move up for the week in the SPX, um, which is the option market of the S&P 500, just in case you don't know. So here's Monday at the start of the week. It was Tuesday the 9th. Then on Wednesday, you can see we broke above it. Then on Thursday, you can see we pulled back in. And then Friday, look what happened. It jumped up, and then towards the end of the day, came all the way back underneath it and finished inside the expected move. The expected move of the option market for the S&P 500 acts as a support and resistance almost. It's letting you know what the expected range is. So anything inside of this. So basically, what we had last week was a normal week. So if we know, or if we think we know that the week is going to be normal, then we could look at other underlines within the S&P 500 and then trade those accordingly. Now I'll go ahead and adjust it for the upcoming week. Now this, I would not use this AM because this one will actually, even though it says the 19th, uh, the last day to trade this particular monthly would be on Thursday. So we're gonna use the 19th right here, the weekly, which is giving us an expected move of 52.11. So all I would really do now, I generally will take the numbers and then add them and then do it precisely, but I'm not gonna be precise. For the sake of the video, I'm just gonna move the I'll move the lines for 55. We'll call it 55.70 just for the sake of the video. So I'll take this and then I'll move it to 55.70. And then we move it like so. So it'll be like that. Here we go. And then what was the bottom side? What is 50? What's it? Actually, I went the wrong way. 56.70. And then on the bottom be 55.70. So let's go back. I actually did it right. Come over here and go. Would it be 55.7? Right in there. And we'll make it even right there. So for the week, we got this would be the average range. And what you can kind of do is, which is that's very small. The past few weeks is that has been the expected move. It's been right anywhere between 50, 60. I think around in this range right in here, we had maybe a 40, some high 40. We don't have a lot of volatility baked into the option market. What is that telling us? That everything is moving normal. Like we don't have all, even with earnings coming up, which is crazy. We have expanded IV ranks and a lot of different underlines because we have some earnings. We're getting into earnings season, and it's still not moving. The market is still not expecting large moves in the ETF. And the IV rank for the SPX is really like 4, and for the SPY is 4.3. So we're not expecting any big moves. So let's go look at some individual stocks. Now, while I'm filming this video will be published on Sunday before the futures market opens up. And but right now, as I'm filming this video, Saturday night, Bitcoin is moving. And you can see it's up $1,600 and moving pretty good. So if we look at last week's video, I think I put this support level in. Um, and I don't know if we're gonna get to it all the way. Look like it came down right around in here, around 53,000, 53.5. But there's no guarantee that it's gonna get down here. It could, but you can see right now we're starting to make higher highs in Bitcoin. So you got this high, so you got low, high, low. So we got a higher low, and we got a higher high, another pullback, and another higher high. Let's see what happens with Bitcoin. Now, when we see Bitcoin moving, if you're not someone who trades crypto, first of all, at some point you're gonna have to get into it. Um, but once you get to if you're not trading crypto and you're like, I don't really trade crypto or something like that, now they got the ETFs. And my favorite vehicle for expression and for expressing, biases, either bullish or bearish, in Bitcoin would be Coinbase. So if we take a look at Coin, they got an update um, on the platform too, because this is new. Where you see the actual icon of the stock you're looking up. That's pretty neat. I just now noticed that. So you got Coinbase, and you can see Coinbase in a little bit of a range. So I'd probably draw just looking at this, right? And I'm doing like this isn't pretty. I'm just doing this as I'm doing the video. I could see a little bit of a pattern, and I would do something like so, and maybe right in here, and I will watch these. I will watch these levels and see what we get right now. If you want, because it could just bounce around in between here. This is a nice range right here. What's the expected move on Coinbase? Let's take a look. Got earnings on Coin coming up August 1st. So that's what, see, maybe 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks away, or something like that. And with that being said, the expected move, let's just say for the next 13 days, is $17. $17 from 218 to put us up right around 235. To the downside, that'll put us right here at what? Right around 200 at this support level. So one thing, I don't think I would do this, but just came to mind. So if I think it's gonna stay in this range, neutral trade I could do is come and maybe sell an iron, either iron condor to get defined risk or strangle. I would much rather do a defined risk trade in Coinbase because it can move. So maybe go $10 wide. That's a nice trade right there. You're way outside of the expected move. Got defined risk trade. You're risking. Oh, see, that's actually $20 wide because the strikes got bigger. So I would do maybe do it like so. So collecting what 242 and then risking 758. This is just an example of something to do. Now, if you feel me feeling a little froggy, you take the wings off and just sell the naked strangle. I would go out a little further to the top side though if I was gonna do something like that, and then we would, do something maybe like that. That's just placing a bet that it's gonna stay within this range in the next 34 days. Now I have some other stocks I want to come to. I wanted to look at SMCI, Super Microcomputer. Now it moves with Bitcoin as well. And you can see that it's also same type of, so you can see that these stocks that that move with Bitcoin are correlated. The charts look similar. We got a nice triangle pattern here. Same thing. Be honest with you though, I would not play, I would not do uh undefined risk trade in super micro computer because it can move so fast. I would do something like here. I would be bullish. Let's see what earnings is August 13th. So we got a month. So so I would come right here because I would close this anyway. I would not hold this more than 2 weeks. So I wouldn't be affected by the earnings. But yeah, I would come in here. And the thing about this is you can sell a put in super micro computer way out of the money. and collect a lot of premium. Like you can literally, it's still gonna cost you. It takes a lot of buying power to do, but you can sell a put down all the way down here at 600. Maybe buy a wing. Let's say if you buy a wing right there, you ain't gonna get anything for it. You would have to risk a lot, but it's gonna take a lot of buying power to sell that put. So it'd almost be better. Let's see if you sold a put, get $20 wide, collect 375. Eh, that's almost 25% of what of the risk that you're collecting. It's not a bad trade. Sell that put at 720. That's gonna put your your down here is where your short strike would be at 720. Right down here where the support level is. Or you could just buy the call spread. It's a slow moving trade though. Buy the at the money call spread. Bet on the move to the upside. You know, it's a slow mover. But those are some things that you can do to try to take advantage of the movement in Bitcoin. And I also wanted to take a look at, what did I see? I was going over some stuff, and uh, I had some stocks on here that I wanted to look at. GameStop began to move. I am holding some GameStop in another account. Uh, so I'm gonna hold it. I'm just gonna hold it because I still think that at some point it's gonna go up. I think I talked about it on a previous show on how after hours it moved up to 80. So I will show you guys what I'm talking about, just to be now. Let me preface this by saying this: I'm not telling anybody to do it. I'm just talking about my own position. Now, if I go here, I'm gonna go to sessions. You may not be able to see what I'm clicking on because it's not showing it because of the way I got it set up for the video. But all I did was change the sessions to show the overnight session, right? Or better yet, this is what I do. Leave that like that. So when you come over here, you look over here on these tabs right here, right over here as I'm moving my cursor. Now I'm on the main chart page right now. But if I click right here where it says Tasty Charts, it's going to take me to another chart. Now this one I can pop out and put on my other screen if I want and watch it simultaneously while I'm doing other stuff in the market. Now this particular chart right here, I have extended sessions, meaning I can see after hour market movement on my chart. And I want to show you guys something. We're going to hide indicators, and all we're going to do is look at the naked chart. Now, way back here on, what day is this? May 14th, GameStop went all the way up to 80. Now that was early morning. That was like before the market opened up. Then when the market opened up, it started to decline. That's when they started doing all the halts. But it got up to 80. Now, if I go back to the regular daily for that day on the 14th, you see the high is 64.83 for the New York session. So that means that during the market of the stock market hours, the stock did not go up to 80. So that means if you had option orders or something up there, or you had some different orders up there during that session, they did not get a chance to reach that level. Now, my theory, I don't know this for sure, but this is my theory that at some point during the New York session, the stock market will go up there to resolve those orders that are up there. So that's my theory. So I am holding my GameStop position until it goes up there. And I don't care how long it takes. The amount of shit that what I own, I'll hold them till they get there. And one thing that you can do that I have been doing on that position is selling calls against it, coming in and coming out of the money because the premium is juicy in GameStop. Even though the IV rank is low, you can come out here. they don't have earnings till September 4th. So earnings are way out here. You can come out here 34 days. You can sell calls. You can come way out here, two standard deviations. I will probably, maybe out here at 45, sell a call and collect $1.28 in premium. However many hundreds of shares you have, or however you want to get with it. Let's say you got 500 shares. You can come out here and sell two calls, three calls. However you want to do it to reduce your deltas, right? So let's say I got 100 shares. I sell this 21 delta call right here. That's going to take my share count down. Instead of being 100 deltas positive, you take away 21 deltas because this is a short call. So that means I'm positive 79 deltas. And that's what you call like reducing your deltas and reducing your risk. And you can do that because of the market. If you're going to hold the stock and the market just going to go sideways, you can be collecting. You can almost use this like a dividend, right? Doing it every 30 days. You wouldn't even have to hold it 30 days, 34 days, maybe right around 21 days. Maybe, yeah, right around 20, 21 days, about 50, $60 have come out of this, close it out, then redo it, you know. So that's an option. That's something that, that can be done for GameStop. I wanted to take a look at, I also wanted to look at Tesla. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla, I got some, I had this, if you've been following the channel, I had this triangle on here talking about this breakout. Now it's up here hitting some fib levels. We can see it broke up, pulled back, and it's hit this level and respected it. Now, let's look at this on a weekly. Uh, if you're looking at this on a weekly, you can see it's at a doji candlestick on the weekly. So for me, I would want to see it either if you're trying to get directional, only if you're trying to be directional. I like to see it take this level out. We go past this level, whatever this is over the high, 271. Take out 271, I would get long. Take out what is that low? 233 point 233. Take this low out. And maybe you can get short into this level, something like so. So that's my thesis on Tesla. Now Tesla has a high IV rank. Let's look at the earnings. Got earnings on 723. That's why the IV is high. I would not I would not trade options in here, to be honest with you. You're gonna get a big move and you're gonna be scrambling. You know, if I did anything for earnings, it would be define risk. I may do some earnings trades just to have some fun. Um, and I might even do those live just so we can have a little fun. Some easy, cheap stuff like buying the expected move, picking a side, either putting a butterfly down here or up here. Something easy, cheap. I may do something like that for Tesla just to make it fun. But something that I noticed, I can't remember if I talked about this last week or not, but let's hide the drawings. You can see how it's just a beautiful chart if you know what you're looking at. When you see it come down here, you see the almost like a shoulder. You got your head, shoulder, and then took off. You know, and I could see it here. It would have been, so not a perfect head and shoulder, but I could see the pattern. Almost look like the look right here. Now this one is a perfect one. You can see right here, shoulder, head, shoulder, neckline, break up. So if you know what you're looking at, sometimes I will look at a chart without anything on it. And that's one thing I like about TastyTrade. I can just click a button and put everything back on there if I want to see it. And I could take it off real easy when I want to, right? And I like to be able to do that. All I'm doing is right clicking and a box will come up and you just check high indicators and you can do that. The reason why you can't see it is because the way I got it set up for me to stream. Um, Maybe I'll do it another way, another time, so you guys can see that. But basically, Bitcoin is to me is what's moving right now. The overall market. We talked about the SPX, um, and I put the expected move up there for it. Don't expect a lot of fireworks this week, even though, to be honest with you, bearish. I am bearish for the market, just for this week. Like not for the next 3 months or whatever. Like as a trade, looking at the triple Qs, look at it. Just look at how the market is now. If I put everything on here, you can see that we had this big red candlestick right here, right? So it's resting right here on this moving average. I really think that it's gonna roll over. That this MACD will go ahead and cross over, and we'll probably get another little down move up down in here to maybe 485. Now I did buy a put spread in here, just a little cheap trade, to have something on. You can see right here, basically all I did had 27 days on it, and it is in the money right now, meaning it's up a little bit. I bought at the time when I bought it, it was at the money. So like if I was doing it today, I'd be doing something like buy the 51, uh, sell the buy the 496, sell the 494. So if I was doing this today, this is what I would do. I'd make this trade right here, right? And that's when that's when I did it. And so it's in the money, and we're gonna see if I get a little bit more of a move to the downside. I already got it a working order to close it out, and it'll take profit. I won't even have to worry about it. So be on the lookout, guys. Starting next week, this week right here, I'll be going on doing a little vacationing. I'll still be watching the market, and I will have my laptop. If I see something crazy go on, I'll probably do a video from a remote from a remote location. I have my stuff with me, and I will have put some charts out there. Make sure you check in the community tab for charts and little markups and stuff like that. And with that, guys, this week my overall, I'm gonna start giving my overall little pick, right? Up or down, I'm going down for the week. I just can't see us continuing to go up like this. We got divergence down here on the triple Qs, on the oscillator on the MACD. It's getting ready to cross over. May not get a big down move, but I think we should get a little bit of a down move, right? So for the overall for the week, I think we're gonna end up lower than we close. So we closed on Friday at 494. I predict this week by next Friday we'll be lower than that. And if you look at the SPY, excuse me, look at it. It's right up against one of my fib levels, like sitting right there. So that's another, for me, that's another and it's overbought. Overbought on my RSI and my stochastic. So all we need is a little bit of something to take this over. And with earnings coming up, I don't know who has earnings this week, but um, I don't really keep up with the earnings other than like the big names like Tesla, Apple. I look at. I think the banks go first. Let's see if J.P. Morgan when they got their earnings. J.P. Morgan may already had them. Let's see. See there? It already had it, and it didn't do nothing. It had its earnings already, so it's still in its trading range. You're looking at this right here. Um, Now, what I will say about this, we got a high, low, a lower high, and then we got a lower low on Friday. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Earnings, whatever the earnings was, it wasn't enough to cause a big move. So it's at some point though, when you see these ranges, these channels, and it's doing like that, it's gonna break out to one side or the other. We'll get a big move. And this is a bank. So if this bank, and it's the biggest bank, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, if it breaks in whatever direction, I would expect to see the Dow to move in that same direction. And and now the IWM did have a breakout. I did want to go over that, but it had been in a range, see, and so it did break higher, but now it's at an overbought level, and you got a gap here and a gap here. So we could see some filling of these gaps if the IWM comes down and begins to fill its gap. I would think that the SPY would start falling, QQQ would start falling, they would all start falling. And with that, guys, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think about the video. Tell me what you're trading. Give me a stock in the comments. Let me know what I need to look at, what you guys got. And with that, I'm going to be out. Peace.